Hey everyone!
Hello!
This is the second to last day of daily meditations, readings, and healings. It's
true.
been such an honor and a pleasure to come on every day for the past 13 days. We're so excited.
It's been pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's been weirdly life-changing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We just went through a big major shift. I know many of you have been feeling this. It's really time, guys. It's happening, right? And so, so many of us in our tribe, really, it's time. It's happening. Trust your intuition. Trust what calls you.
Mm-hmm.
Find your passion. Stick with it. Go for it. Oh, I love that. Angle shift. Look at that. Connect. We've got so many things coming up that are coming out. August is a really big month, and we've got September, and then it's October, November, December, and we're turning and we're changing and we're growing. And we're really grateful to be here and to be with you and to be a part of this. And just expect more, right? Expect more people, more healing, all of this. Every time you say yes to yourself, how much that makes it so much more of a fun ride, albeit sometimes rocky, which is okay. I know that there are a lot of you who have been working really hard this past year, past 2 years, past 5 years, and shifts are really truly happening, and the rebirthing and all of that, and it's okay wherever you are on your path, right? And why you're here, whether you choose to hang out in the shallow waters a little bit and rest and just have fun, and then to maybe go a little bit deeper and to really enjoy just kind of living in all of the levels, which is okay, and a reminder that that is okay. There are no rules. Well, I guess the one rule is love. I think I said that earlier today. So thank you all so much for joining and saying yes. We're going to wait a couple minutes and then we're going to get started with the meditation, and then that's what I got. What you got?
That's great. I'm excited. Meditations will always be here recorded, and you can go back to them at any time that you're feeling like you need a little push. They each have kind of had their own flavor and feeling to them. And so, hey, Jared. Hey, someone Facebook user, Caitlin.
Caitlin, hi.
So yeah, you can go back to those at any time you want to. They're just always at the beginning of these daily things. Mm-hmm. I just can't believe we've been doing this solidly for 13 days.
You have. I had to say no one day because my body was like, cute, you need to sleep.
We were talking about yesterday how this has provided a lot of calmness and stillness in our lives every day to come on and meditate together and connect to the tribe and just check in with everyone and really feel connected. I think has been pushing both of us to really start pursuing and building and creating the things that we were meant to do, and getting a little bit more forceful about our goals and our dreams, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah, using our voice.
Yeah, we've been feeling really supported through this process. So thanks all of you guys for tuning in. Some of you come every single day. It's amazing.
Thank you, friend. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so beautiful. Thanks, girl. Get you. You're gonna be right out the gates, right out to meditation. So, I'm just feeling really a lot of the emotions for myself, the collective, everyone. So this meditation, just be really open to it and know yourself and trust yourself. That's really what the message is for today, is trusting yourself and really intuition, action, using all parts of you. You have all of the parts within. And enjoying that as much as you want, right? That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
I know. One day more. Tomorrow's the last day of this.
Yeah.
And then everything shifts again. So it's really great.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Do we want to talk about the shift a little bit?
Yeah, you talk about it. I'll get my phone.
Okay. So we are shifting this to a Patreon account, where there will be different levels. I think the first level is just $3 and you'll get the monthly activations And then if you want to go deeper, there's our seeker level. That will be activations, the monthly activations. You know my friends.
Oh, we're gonna there's excitement happening behind us.
The monthly activations are 101 classes. So if you wanted to learn about pendulums or crystal healing or elementals or angels or tarot or whatever, there'll be these little beautiful free 101 classes with that, as well as I think you were going to do bi-weekly meditations or something with that too.
Curated just for themselves.
And then the next level up from that is going to be, what is it, like 25, 33 or something, 37 maybe. Deep Seekers, they get a whole bunch of like personalized content as well as free readings from me, from Dice
before
and Tarot.
after parties and all kinds of.
Yeah, they have access to the after party, the soul chats, where they get to ask personalized questions to the people coming on for the chats. And then the last tier is like,
that's like,
it's like you get a lot more access to Allison, which is something everybody is always looking for.
I knew too.
So yeah, but my tier is the tier directly before. So yeah, you'll get everything with me that I would give in the tier prior to that. Plus you get access to Allison giving you, what is it, monthly, a personalized monthly, I can't remember what.
Yeah, the reading and healing and whatever, and just like a whole just time to really dive deep.
Yeah, so we're just calling in the community and trying to provide levels for each person's financial capabilities so that they can get a little something, because I know these daily things have been really amazing and a lot of people have felt really drawn to them. Yeah. And so we just want to keep providing these in a way that makes energetic sense for us moving forward. Look at me being able to sales
Guys, we're building these freaking sanctuaries. It's happening. So we're doing it. It's so great. All right. Are we all ready? I'm gonna close the door for the dogs. So before we get started on this meditation, what is really truly incredible about it is especially for those of you who either meditate pretty frequently or have been part of this, is really being able to step in and step out. And these dogs have done such an amazing job at allowing us in like real time, which is so fun. So just know, like, you can step in and out of this state anytime you want. You're perfectly capable of doing it. You've done it before, probably without even realizing, especially like driving or any of that, into this beautiful moment. Hi, thank you all for joining. All right, it feels like we're here. We're all kind of wrapping in. Let's get settled for this meditation, this connection. Yeah. All right. Breathe. Just allow yourself to settle into yourself. Allow your mind and your heart to speak. Notice your body, where the stress is being held, where the love is being held. Just focusing in fully on yourself. Giving yourself a little extra love for saying yes, for believing in yourself, for trusting yourself, for knowing you have a purpose, and that purpose is beautiful. Breathe. Dropping down now, about 2 inches below the navel. They call, in some circles, the center of gravity, the tendon, the sacral. Just allowing yourself to anchor in. Perhaps you land a little further up or a little further down, to the left, to the right, more to the back. Perhaps in a completely different place. Allow yourself to find your center of gravity, your tethered connection to this earth, to this life, lessons and choices. Breathe. What emerges right away? Is it an emotion, memory, something on the to-do list? What steps forth? Notice it. Choose to accept it or not. Allow yourself to release it. Knowing that we are choosing to come together as one heart, one breath, one soul, one mind. In between the no thing and the something. That beautiful place. That center. That safety. Where we go to dream, to conjure, to say goodbye. Allow your consciousness to open wider. Perhaps that's your heart, or your mind, your belly, anywhere in between. What are you sensing? Notice the ever expanding way around you. It is limitless, just as you are. Allow yourself to go through things. It's okay to replay them. Decide whether or not you're ready to release them and let them go. To keep reviewing, store them away. There's no wrong choice. This is your unique way, your story, your path. And you can change it at any time. Breathe. And within this sacred space between the no thing and the something, allow yourself to settle completely. And knowing that you are within your body as you are without. Breathe. Allow the light and love to fill you up. Notice its origin. How funny it's that way. How interesting. How marvelous. Breathe. Allow your breath to bring it in to yourself, to fill you up only as you know how. Notice how this centers you. Notice how this love is just yours. And as you are bringing this in, allow it to go out to all that surrounds you, all that's connected to you. Notice how you shine. How much you matter. How without you, I wouldn't be me. Notice how you're tethered to others, places, memories, all that is and ever will be. Perhaps you're even sensing and seeing and noticing your team, angels, elementals, galactics, your higher self. You are so loved. You truly are. This world would not be the same without you in it. Allow yourself to remember and feel the joy and the adventure of being here in this moment of now. Sending love and gratitude to all those versions that got you here. And hope and love to all those versions that are coming. Breathe. Niashukuri I hiana aharati. Miyakuru uyana shatara ini. Dahara o yaka ashana ahasata iana a. Miyakuro. Shana uro hahayana I. Yakuro. Nashosoro iana ha. Niyakuro. Tiyasotoro hanahaya. Breathe. This is your center. This is your stillness. Notice how connected you are. Notice how you belong. Notice that you never give up. Notice that you always try to love and do that well. Notice how forgiving you are, how much you've grown and changed. Notice how you keep saying yes. The celebrations are endless. And it really is the journey, not the destination. Breathe. Allow yourself to receive all of the love, messages, healings, whatever you need at this time. As above, so below. As within, so without. Here we come, back to earth, back to our bodies, back to ourselves, back to our lives. But we are always here in this moment together. You are not alone, and you never will be. So breathe. Breathe into your belly. Breathe into your feet. Breathe into your hands and your heart and your mind. Allow the noises around you to resurface, to remind you that what an action-packed life you lead here on planet Earth. Giving thanks to Source and ourselves. Word, I am word with my intention. Word, I am word. Breathe. Word, I am word with my action. Word, I am word. Notice. Word, I am word with my love. Word, I am word. Be at home, my friends. Be at home. Give yourself a minute to come back. I recommend, I don't know, tissues. I recommend tissues for me. Do you seriously look Capricorn skills right here? Capricorn. Hi, thanks everyone for joining. We're just kind of coming down from this meditation. Please feel free to share anything in the comments if you'd like. No pressure. You can always connect with us personally. If there's anything you would like to speak about or connect to. It's an honor, my friends, for real. What a ride we're on.
Alrighty, starting our morning.
Let's get to business, y'all.
There's a little donation from Caitlin.
Yeah, thanks, Caitlin. Wow, Caitlin. You're just taking flight, huh? Oh, here they come. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to go through the cards and then I'm just going to get into it because this is very powerful. Oh, you're so welcome. Right? Monatili, she who remains. Powerful devotion, true worth. This is you, Queen. Holy cow. Fire and ice together as one. Morin, death and magic. I mean, you're just like, this place that you're in. I mean, I've got all fire cards. It's like we've got the pack fire, right? All together as one. They're all different. The alpha female, right? That's you. And of course, the future. I mean, this is your time. Whatever you're doing right now, however you're shining your light, take it to that next level. Like, you're ready for that. The quote card is, through prayer and meditation, I create a ripple effect of peace in the world. Of course, notice that beautiful purple, lavender, violet color. That ray is really, really strong within you. It's almost like a blending it. Yeah, this work that you're doing is not just expanding your heart, but others as well, right? It's really, you may not be seeing like the initial response to it, because it's almost like it goes into people and they kind of like, it has to like percolate for a little while and then it comes out. But like, enjoy this quiet time, because yeah, wow. Got the goosebumps on me are wild. Like your team is like, buckle up, Buttercup. Yeah, combining art and channeling through the Akashic records. I'm just hearing go full steam ahead on that. Like, I mean, it, right. And you do have the opportunity to work with others should that call. Yeah. So, yeah, that makes so much sense. Yeah. It's time to fall in love with your ego and honor it. That's what I'm hearing. Honor that, because the ego is what helps steady the course, right? So almost feel as if maybe it's like you do a whole ceremony just on your beautiful mind and your beautiful ego, and really honor it and love it and accept it as such a perfect part of yourself. And through that death and magic, that major change of release. Yeah. They're like, just hold this card up again. It's got badass you look. Right? That energy. I really want all the details and to keep you posted, because that's incredible. It's incredible. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm done.
You feel complete? All right, for you, I've rolled Gemini and Uranus in the 6th house of Virgo, work habits. In this sense, they're telling me to focus in on the house's part of sense of usefulness. Sense of usefulness. And so Uranus brings very, very interesting, very unique, very unexpected waves into our lives. Couple that with Gemini, and what I feel for you is that you're going to have some really unexpected conversations with people about feeling useful and how they feel useful and how maybe their usefulness is not being respected, how yours is not being respected. You're going to dive deeply into that world of really looking at that in an analytical way and figuring out, where's my value? Where can I value others, and where can I find value? You've also got the Knight of Cups in reverse. When this card comes up, it talks a lot about things being potentially revoked from us. Like we think something's going to go through and then someone cancels on us. We think that it's time to jump in and take action right away, but really we need to take a breath. We need to take a moment, and we need to still ourselves and really live in our brain and really take a minute to assess if that's the right way, which is amazing because Gemini is really good at analyzing when the brain is ready for the next venture. And it's really, really good at seeing all different facets of other people's ideas and the different sides. You've also got the Mouse card, which I feel like is the energy in which you might be in. I actually want to read directly from the book for you, because I think that it really gives a good picture. It says, the mouse has an innate desire to tend to the details. It often spends its days, which is a very Virgo characteristic, that 6th house of Virgo. It often spends its days fixing, preparing, organizing, and scrutinizing. Unfortunately, a mouse personality doesn't notice when they've gone too far. Soon, they begin to have a limited and fearful vision of life and try to control every detail. This can be quite painful experience for both the mouse and those around them. When mouse energy is at play, step back for a moment. It may be time to find a more purposeful project to delve into, and one that's worthy of your exacting eye. So this is like getting caught up in maybe the not so pleasant side of Virgo, where they get really stressed out about things being perfect. They kind of obsessive compulsively worry about something, and then it limits them in some sort of way. Open up your mind in the way that a Gemini would, and be open to these surprising conversations that people are going to be having with you. You might be like, why is this person talking to me about this right now? Or what, this person's just randomly telling me a story about their life and I don't have time for this right now. I'm in the middle of doing this thing. Be open to what Uranus is bringing into your life. Be open to those unexpected ventures, those unexpected conversations, because there's so much wisdom in there to get you out of mouse mindset and into more meaningful projects that are really going to fill up your cup. So I hope that helps.
That was amazing.
Thanks.
Please keep us posted. Like, I was like, I need to know. Like, it's so exciting. Holy cow. Thank you, Caitlin, so much. Thank you for allowing us to step into your energy and connect with you. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Oh, Tracy, thank you so much for donating.
Thank you, Tracy.
All right.
Anyone's super powerful moment. This is the moment. I'm like,
yeah.
I love you so.
We're both in the zone so hard right now, aren't we? I'm like, we have got 2 days left. What messages do we have, you know?
Yeah. Thanks, Caitlin. Enjoy your beautiful day. The quote, I am a spirit having a human experience, and I'm here to get closer to love. This quote is specifically about literally dumping love into yourself and to trust and to keep going. Yep. Yeah. Really enjoying this is like part of the meditation, right? Really enjoying the journey, not so much the destination, and just kind of who you're with and where that's going and how your friendships are deepening and how there's just so much love and like the fertility of life and joy, and really just like really moving into that space. Yeah. Action. Right? This is really defining your boundaries, time, really allowing you to know your kingdom, who's in it, who should be in it, like who you want to be in it, right? And really allowing yourself to do that, because this next turn for you is so deeply rooted in yourself and your awakening and what you're doing and everything that you're connected to. So it's really important to really trust yourself. Trust. Like, even when it goes against what your brain says, you know, that action part of you, to really decide what it is. She who changes, Iris, the goddess of rainbows. I love that. Transformation, change, and enchantment. So once again, just confirming, calling this goddess in, this energy, the energy of the rainbow, and really, and once again, Shaktita, transformation. Shakti. I said Shakita. Like, I'm like, where is that coming from?
It might be the correct pronunciation at that time.
Oh, maybe.
Like, we always translate the names to something else, but they have multiple names, a lot of these gods and goddesses, and they were used differently based on ancient times. That's what we picked up from that Egyptian course,
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
Yeah.
I love her, you guys. This is really like, see how she's touching her third eye area and how that's glowing? This is what your team is saying for a practice. A good way to really connect with yourself is to physically touch your third eye in your space and really allow that light to come in and go out and pulsate, and really focus on what you're seeing and feeling and noticing. Yeah. Yeah. They're also saying journaling too. You're going to be in such a different place in a short period of time that just like write, like automatic write, and just get it all out so you can come back to it in a year's time. That'll be important. That's what I'm hearing. It's really exciting. It's going to go fast. Okay, I'm done.
Alrighty, for you, I've got the High Priestess card reversed. When this card pops up in the reversal position, it means that your intuition is not necessarily firing. You might be not hearing it as clearly as you'd hope to be hearing it at this time. You're kind of waiting to get other people's approval on things instead of just trusting that the message has come to you because you are uniquely qualified to handle this thing that is coming to you. And it doesn't matter if those around you are on board right now. You were given the message, you were given the intuition, and it's your, you can either choose to take or not take said mission through, right? We don't have to wait for those around us. And I think the reason why we're hesitating to move is because the Chiron wound is being activated right now. Chiron in astrology tells us where exactly our like original wound is and what theme of wound cycling plays out in our lives. And so if your original wound is being activated right now, and that has anything to do with gaining the approval of others or being a part of a collective or being betrayed by a collective or something in that realm, I can totally understand why you might be blocking off listening and reacting directly to your intuition right now, because that becomes really difficult. You also got the card Connect with Your Roots, which tells me in this context that there's something from your childhood that has stemmed from this desire to be like, for example, for me, and I'm not saying this is you in particular, but when my gifts first started manifesting, a lot of the adults around me kept going, that's enough. You're being absurd. Like, quit it. Who told you were supposed to do that? No, that's not how we're doing things. And I was little, right? And I just was like, okay, well, I guess I'm just wrong, right? And so I had this original wound of like, no matter what I do, I'm probably wrong. And if other people around me say that that's wrong, I might as well just go with that. I want to be a good girl. I want to keep my head down. I want to follow the rules. I want to be loved. You know what I mean? So there's that little wound inside of me that tells me that when others aren't on board, that maybe I'm just wrong. Well, in reality, you have amazing intuition. You're really the high priestess upright, right? You really have all of these beautiful things to pull from. How do I know this? You've got your dice roll was Virgo and Mercury in the 9th house of Sagittarius. This is the house of philosophy, upper wisdom, studying law and religion, learning ethics, and being able to control cross-cultural things. Okay, Virgo in this area is not always comfortable because Virgo in this area wants to be seen as perfect. They want to be seen as the leader and of that knowledge. And Mercury, especially when that's added with Virgo, which Virgo controls both Mercury and are both Gemini and Virgo. But it's a very cerebral planet. It's a very like communication, intellect, like, look at me, I'm scholarly and I have all of the answers, right? So sometimes Virgo, when its knowledge is challenged or someone's like playing devil's advocate with them, will kind of start to shut down and go into hermit mode and be like, okay, well, I guess the world's not ready for this. The world is ready for this. It's all about getting yourself, this is a root chakra color. It's all about getting yourself back into your security and knowing that everything that you have to put out there is correct. So please don't let other people around you control all of the beautiful things that you have to share in this world. And that's it. No big deal. Hopefully that resonates.
Thank you so much, sister, for allowing us to step into your energy. Fierce time, y'all.
Yeah. Apparently I'm talking about people's big wounds today.
Sometimes that's what we need to see, right? Yeah. Sometimes it's just that little bit, right? Where do I go looking? Help me find my way, right? It's so funny. Yesterday, I was kind of going through the same thing, and I was like, I just need, like, what is going on, right? Like, I just needed more. Like, I'm getting information and all this stuff and whatever. And I called Nancy, and she's in a swimming tube on the river. And I was like, I need this thing channeled. She was like, okay, I'll do when I get home. And then all of a sudden she's like, what is this giant crazy bug on me? What bug did you send to me? And I was like, I need this thing channeled. She was like, you know, and in true sisterhood, she's like, I'll channel later, get your bug off me. And then we had a laugh, right? But there is this need to like you were saying, going outside when it really is. And after that time, and I continued on my day, it unfolded. I allowed it to unfold within me, and I listened to myself, and I was like, oh, I guess I do know the answer. I probably shouldn't send bugs.
It is nice though when your friends are like, oh my gosh, yes, I agree with you. Yeah. Like, you should do that. Like, we all want that every day, but it's not something I had to learn. Is that this was a big problem I had, because I'm a Capricorn. So I can hold a lot of space for a lot of people, for a lot of things. And I have this expectation that someone's going to be able to do that for me, right? Like, why can't anyone else hold all of these responsibilities for me? Like, I hold responsibilities for everyone else. What the heck? You know, and I had to learn that that's a lot of pressure to put other people on. And all of my friends have these individualized gifts of things that they can do that I can't do for myself. And sometimes I get so wrapped up in why isn't anyone taking care of me in the way that I take care of them, and forget to realize, oh, because I can already take care of me that way.
Right.
Like, I already know how to care for myself in that way, but I don't know how to care for my emotions. So I have my friends that are Cancers, or I have Allison that I can go to who can analyze my emotions with me the way my Gemini moon likes it. And then I have my friends who are Cancers that I can call and I can just cry to, and they go, I'm so sorry, that's so hard. You know, so we all have a special thing to do, but it really does suck sometimes when you just want to be cared for in the way that you go out of your way for everyone else, and you don't want to be ungrateful for the things that other people do for you, but at the same time you're like, why can't you just be me for me?
Yeah. Yeah, and that is so true, right? We all have our like fabulous own way of that love language. I love that. And you know, I think that's part of coming together as coming back to unity, and is really being able to honor each other's differences, and then being able to like learning to be cognizant, to be in that true empathic moment of being able to speak the truth completely, right? And that's something that, you know, like I'm really conscious about being on time with anything that we do together, because that's very important to her. That's a sign, a confirmation that I respect and love and honor Sammy, right? And she, God love this woman, goes, hi, how are you feeling this morning? Do we need to pivot everything we planned for today? And allowing me to really sit in my emotions and say, dang, can I even do this? Like, is this a day where like we just have to throw everything in the trash, and we have to sit and watch Umbrella Academy and eat hoagies? Them hoagies, you know, and and through this past 2 turns, especially since March, where we've had all of this like everyday time together, because it just works out that way, that we've really been, I'm so much better in the rest of my world, being on time and ensuring that that's adhered to, and almost kind of sometimes being a martyr about it, because I realized that like, okay, yeah, that like I'm totally can be in the flow, but it was almost to a point of toxicity, because I wasn't cognizant of how me affects others, right? And so there's just that beauty in that, and allowing that to work within ourselves. Well, within me, I can really talk about me. Anybody want a dice roll?
As I say, we've got about 13 minutes left before we're popping off. This is the second to last day of daily meditations, healings, and readings. So if anyone wants a donation reading from both of us, then you can just open donations for anything. Or if you just want a free dice roll, holler at your girl.
Dice roll, dice roll, dice roll, dice roll. Yo, on the 30th, we're going to be in a live expo again. I'm really excited.
Oh, that is exciting.
Ooh, what's a dice roll? Do-do-do-do-do. Talk about astrodice.
Great. So astrodice are these 3 different dice. They have a house, a planet, and a sign. So one of them is houses, one of them is planets, and one of them are signs. And what I do is I roll them together, and then I think about how those planets and signs would function inside of that house. And it gives me a little bit of an indication on what's going on in your life. All right.
Who wants one? If you haven't had one. Ooh, yes. There we go. Right out the gate.
Okay. Saturn and Scorpio. Oof. In the third house. The third house is thought of as the Gemini house. It represents siblings and social awareness. It represents the mind, thinking, communication, and all of our beautiful interests. Scorpio is, I always think of Scorpio as having 3 parts, and for some reason they're going to make me tell you all about these 3 parts. When a Scorpio is little, they are the scorpion. They walk around, they sting, they stir things up, they try to figure out what buttons they can push, right? The little bitty baby Scorpio. When they get into the medium side, they're kind of like the phoenix, right? They start to die off and they start to understand and they start to empathize and they start to see things around them, but sometimes they burn, right? They get like this vengeance of like, I will burn you if you cross me type of thing. And then the phoenix died, or the little phoenix dies and it was reborn into this new, stronger, beautiful flame. And this part of Scorpio in the later years is really responsible for understanding how people process emotion and how people live in fear and how people live in times of turmoil, and being there for people and holding people, because they've now experienced and seen so much of it in their life that they're like expert therapists almost, in a way. They can really hold the frequency. I think even much more strongly than like even, let's say, a Cancer. Normally a Cancer is like rooted in home and there for you emotionally, but a later in life Scorpio can be all of that as well. So there's kind of this beautiful flow for a Scorpio. Saturn is the other thing you've got, which is the taskmaster. So you are being forced into a time of rebirth in the realm of the third house, which would be in the realm of your interests, your activities, the things that you do to enrich your intellectual life. So Saturn is really pushing you to kind of die and be reborn in that sense, which means you might be finding a whole bunch of new things popping up for you that you want to study or pursue. Wow, why did I have to go through that whole Scorpio thing? I don't know who that was for, but
hope that helps.
Yay. All right, I would please. All right, Rachel Hutchison. Okay.
That was Faye induced, you guys.
She spoke Faye, and then the Faye threw my dice out of my hands.
The dog started barking immediately.
All right, we've got Saturn in the 6th house with Virgo. The 6th house rules. The 6th house is the Virgo house. It's the health and wellness house. It's the day-to-day working. It's the analytical nature. And sometimes it's even pets, which is really fun. It's the pets house. My favorite of the things of that house is pets.
It's accurate.
So Saturn with Virgo is really, really earthy. You've got an extremely earthy role. I am assuming that you are working in the realm of finances or work or career, or trying to get some sort of foundational thing set. And what's being asked of you is to really keep pushing through. It's not going to be like a quick fire burn, right? Where you're going to get everything you want. This is putting in the time, learning very slowly, and really, really building the foundation so that you can actually get what you want in the long term. The problem with fire sometimes is that it brings you it really quickly, but you haven't put in all the work to be prepared to hold the frequency of that thing once you receive it. So once you get it, it starts to slip through like it's there for a little bit and then it fizzles out, right? Fire starts and it burns and then it burns away. And what do they say? The harder something burns, the faster it burns out, or whatever like that.
Yeah.
So it's really, really important for you to take a moment and really put in the low and slow steady work into whatever this is. And try not to get jealous, or sometimes Virgo will see other people and what they're accomplishing and be like, what the crap? Like, I've been putting in daily all of this work and these people are just handed everything to them. Like, that's very Virgo in nature, but the Virgo gets the last laugh usually, because all of these people then end up coming to them and saying, I'm the CEO, but I don't know what I'm doing. I just kind of got handed this job and I don't know how to handle it. And Virgo is just like, oh, you little peon, let me explain to you how this works, right? Because they've put in the work, they've put in the time, they've thought through it all, and they've planned it out. So you get to get the last laugh this time, which is really great.
Ooh, enjoy that. I love that.
Oh, I'd love one, please. All right, Angel King.
I'm going to blow through this. Astrodice.
Sagittarius and the sun in the second house of Taurus. Somebody else got this role the other day. The Taurus house, the second house, is daily routine. It's income, it's work, it's money, it's values, it's possessions, it's your habits. The Taurus loves habitual things. It loves to live the lavish lifestyle and have everything be the same and cozy and comfy. And they like to walk into their space and be wrapped in the most luxurious of things. They like to know what the schedule is going to be every single day. And they like to get in and get out. They balance work and pleasure very beautifully. And if you try to fuck with that, they get real angry real fast. Like if you're like, can you just stay an extra hour at work? The Taurus will just look at you like, bitch, please. Yeah. And so because they know their worth, right? The sun, they know their identity, they know what they're worth, and they know that when they are there getting the work done, they're doing it well. If they have to cover for someone else, it's not their problem. They put in their work, they did their time, they made it work, and they will stand on that. Sagittarius can also be a little egocentric at times. And when I say egocentric, I don't actually mean it in a bad way in this context. I mean, you know your worth. You know what you're meant to do. You know how to say to your ego. You know how to please both your ego and your spiritual side, right? So, and in order to keep your spiritual side together, you have to involve yourself in self-care and some egotistical work, right? In order to keep yourself flowing. So stay rooted when you are asked to void the course of whatever you're doing in favor of what somebody else is going on. I know we were just talking about toxic flow, but in this case, there's something that you're supposed to hold firm to and keep you must be really passionate about it, and it must be teaching the world something that we sort of need as a collective conscious. So whatever this is, you need to stay the course of it and not let others try to derail you from it.
Because they are.
Because they are. Yeah. Okay, Kayla Jade.
You're just cruising now.
Yeah. Well, we've got 4 minutes before your next session.
I'm gonna move my car. I'll be back.
You're gonna move your car?
Yeah, I blocked you in.
Oh.
You know, I just because I was late.
Alrighty, you've got Taurus and Mars in the 8th house of Scorpio. The first thing I saw in that house was that it's the house of mysteries. So, sorry. Your guides have a lot to say. You may be feeling called to just take random action. You're like, why am I feeling called to do all of these things? I don't even know what the point of these is, or why I'm being asked to do these things, or why I can't. Sometimes this is what used to happen to me when I first started getting messages from people from spirit, is they would keep playing the messages in my head over and over and over and over again until I talked to the person about it. And it feels like they're doing a very similar thing to you, but with actions like, hey, we want you to go to the grocery store. Hey, we want you to go to the grocery store. Hey, we want you to go to the grocery store. And you're like, what I don't need any groceries. Why are they telling me to go to the grocery store? It feels like very stubborn energy because Taurus is with it. So there's some mystery or some sort of puzzle that they're trying to help you solve through moving you into all of these different directions. Maybe they're like, hey, we need you to paint. Hey, we need you to paint. And you're like, I don't even have paints or paintbrushes at my house. What in the world? Just go out and buy what you can afford and do it. I think there's something in this for you that you're being pushed to do. And it's the house of mystery. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to give you too many details into that. It's your puzzle to solve. Which is really fun. But if you ever want to update us on what the puzzle was, I would be more than happy to hear.
Happens.
Thanks so much, Kayla. Please can I have a reading? I think I did Angel already.
Cruising. You're so efficient.
All right. Anybody else want a dice roll before we go?
Oh yeah, I always meet every time we talk about this happens for the delay. I'm like, I need our own theme song.
We can just pop it on while we wait. All right. Well, that feels really complete. I just wanted to say thank you again so much to all of you guys. We've got one more of these coming up and then we're done. And I'm so sad, but also I'm really excited about our new venture into Patreon and providing these services for lots and lots of folks.
Yeah.
Folks. Moving forward. I really struggle with that word.
Folks.
All you folks.
All you foxes.
Excellent.
Great. Catch y'all later.
We'll see you later.